I'm not sure if you're aware of the walk away movement. I'm sure you spent a lot of time, and I'm sure that you have heard of the saying, what comes around goes around. And we mocked Brandon Stridon about his walk-away movement. I went on to his YouTube show and
apathetically steamrolled.
I apathetically steamrolled him. And you can be smug and condescending only for so long, apparently at least 52 years. But then one day the bell tolls, and it tolls for you.
This was intense.
I have become recently aware of this video and movement that has started amongst listeners of this program. And by recent, I mean like last night. It was sent to me, and this is some upsetting stuff, but let's play it.
Once upon a time, I was a majority reporter.
I was a majority reporter.
I used to be a majority reporter.
Well, let's be honest.
I was actually just watching a libertarian debate playlist right before I made this video, but that's kind of beside the point. The point is I became a member of the Majority Report, so-called Majority Reporter, because I felt like I'd found a tribe whose values aligned with my own.
I detest callers who use Bluetooth. I detest those who ask, is this me? Is this me? Is this me? Sam, is that you? Is this me?
Yes, callers. It's always you.
I detest callers who go off about nothing in particular for 15 minutes and then say,
The real reason I called in today was...
I detest Richard from Ohio.
But he's really funny by accident sometimes, so I wish he would call in more.
Where's he been, actually? Shout out to Jermo, by the way.
These are the reasons I became a majority reporter.
And these are the same reasons why now I've got to jump.
For years now, I have listened, even though some of the callers are clearly insane.
Illogical, hateful, misguided, ill-informed, un-American, hypocritical, ageist, racist, menacing, callous, ignorant, narrow-minded, and at times
blatantly under the influence of black market prescription painkillers.
For years now, I've sat on hold while Sam became more and more patient with his bad callers, leaving the rest of us to languish behind in silence.
I've been on hold a lot.
The same self-proclaimed victims of bad callers now turning on the good caller community who have attached themselves to the Majority Report to advance their agenda, namely the Chris Lapakko, Dissident Peasant, and Ronald Raygun.
I have listened as Majority Report has become hypnotized by Judy Gold yelling fuck into her cell phone for an hour before Matthew Film Guy comes on and gives you his shitty Netflix recommendations for an hour. And that's before some shitty caller from Scotland calls in on Fire RTC. You can't hear anything he's saying, but he's trying to give you his shitty Netflix recommendations. Sorry, callers, can't get to all of you today. Anyone who does not comply with their prejudicial recommendations and follow their orders is a racist, a bigot, a Nazi, a white supremacist, homophobic, Islamophobic, xenophobic, misogynistic, and really needs to see Sorry to Bother You. Really, you should check it out sometime. It's pretty good.
Your call-in system is a sham of meritocracy, blatantly biased in favor of anyone who calls from a 210 area code.
They barely get to me, and they probably won't get to all of you.
Sorry, callers. I know some of you have been on hold since that whole weird mic thing. The Majority Report now believes that there's no need to jump when someone calls in to discuss AOC's 2032 presidential run, the next local DSA meeting, or if someone's just breathing too heavily into the microphone.
As if they were calling from a track meet.
The The Majority Report has now decided that their point of view is the only correct point of view, but they're really eager to hear you out if you can get through. And suppressing Lapakko, Raygun, and Dissident Peasant is fair to callers who aren't as good as us.
Sorry, callers, we're running out of time. Oh, wait, it's Blake from Arkansas. He thinks we should euthanize your grandmother because her pills are too expensive.
MR has adopted a deleterious belief system happily and without skepticism, separating people into groups based on their area codes and organizing them into camps of bad callers and good callers with hot takes who you'll never get to hear from. They do this so they can bombard us with ads for Casper mattresses and Harry's razors.
JustCoffee.coop. It's Coop, okay?
I can substantiate for the rest of your show if you'd like me to.
They will tell you that they need you. They will tell you that you are only safe under their supervision. They will promise to liberate you from Joe Rogan, and then... nothing. Sorry, callers. I have a dentist appointment at 3. Once upon a time, I was a Majority Reporter.
But MR has changed. I will no longer be part of a call-in show that contradicts my values of equal opportunity,
Brevity, tasteful Patreon plugs,
impatience for bullshit.
and dancing on George H.W. Bush's grave. So I gotta jump.
So I've got to jump.
So for these reasons and many others that are definitely not ridiculous and very well-founded in reason and logic,
I encourage all the other callers to do the same.
Jump.
Going once, going twice. Gotta jump. Besides, I got better things to do with my time. I got a kid and, wait a minute. Actually, hey, is this David Packman? Hi, David. This is Barbara's Bush.
A shout out to Chris Lapakko and Ronald Raygun and Dissident Peasant. Apparently there's another version that just went up before showtime, so you can go check that out at the Chris Lapakko's YouTube show. And also check out Dissident Peasant's podcast, and of course Redirected, Ronald Raygun's podcast. Both worth listening to, and obviously check out the Chris Lapakko's show on YouTube. All right, listen, we got a little bit.